So let there be no doubt. A second Trump presidency could spell the end of the American experiment, of democracy itself. And yet, a new NBC News poll out today shows Trump narrowly ahead of President Biden in a hypothetical general election matchup. Election 2024 is less than a year away, and the matchup seems like it'll be a rematch of 2020, Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. But the prospect of another Trump term, its implications for America and democracy, is already setting off alarms. So much so, The Economist has labeled the former president, quote, the biggest danger to the world in 2024.
The biggest danger to the world in 2024 is what they're calling them. The biggest danger to the world in 2024. This is the problem right here, but I'm gonna let him cook for a little bit.
According to the influential London-based magazine, quote, a second Trump term would be a watershed in a way the first was not. Victory would confirm his most destructive instincts about power. His plans would encounter less resistance. Remarkably, his plans and those of his enablers are being talked about openly. There was the bombshell report from the New York Times that revealed that Trump wants to use the Justice Department to exact revenge on his political adversaries. The New York Times also reported on plans for an extreme immigration crackdown.
Okay, here's the thing. There needs to be an extreme immigration crackdown. And also, he needs to go after the people that he should go after. When he get the power back, he need to go back after them.
Now, does everybody realize that everything that woman just said on MSNBC is exactly what they've been doing for a very long time?
All right, so this is what we're going to do.
The Democrats have been telling us what everybody else is doing. And if you just pay attention, it's exactly what they themselves are in fact doing.
Okay, Chris, this is how this works, bro. When I'm checking out a video, and when I stop after checking out a certain portion of the video, we gotta give out commentary on that part that we just played.
Isn't that what we just played?
No, that's a whole new video, bro.
I'm a little slow. Okay, I guess. I was paying attention, man.
Yeah.
What?
He just played the Trump video.
Yeah, where he was
talking?
Video.
I didn't hear no lies, brother.
You didn't hear no lie? That he intends to carry out an extreme immigration crackdown?
I didn't see where Trump was lying about anything. Other than, I didn't see no lies, man. I didn't. Absolutely didn't.
Hold on. I think Chris is making fun of the way I got on my head.
What do you mean? I was already like this all day. I don't know what you mean.
That's actually hilarious because I was thinking the same thing. It doesn't make you look taller, brother. It just makes you look like you got a big ass head above your
I do have a big head.
Language.
Sorry.
This is how we wore our hats back in Jamaica, man. So y'all not gonna talk about how I wear my hat. This is swag right here.
It is. I can't pull it off.
No, but what I'm saying is, okay, so here's the rules, Chris and Chris. But here's the thing, okay, here's the rules. When I play a little bit of the video, right, and then I stop it, then you have an opportunity to talk about whatever was just said or something that has to do with what's being said.
That would include, quote, sweeping raids, giant camps, and mass deportations.
Now, he says that when he carries out these extreme immigration crackdowns, it would include people will have mass deportation, headlocks, and nut squeezes.
I don't disagree with that.
Deserve one. I don't know.
I think that's what he should do. But, of course, a bunch of them are already hopping on planes to go home now.
They hopping on planes?
Yeah. People all over the country, man, because they came here expecting something and they're not getting it.
Well, they got some money. I'm hearing that some of them got like upwards of $9,000.
They're still sleeping on the street, dude.
Oh, so they got their payout, so now they gone.
Well, they said if they're going to have to live on the street, they'd rather be back home living on the street, not here somewhere they don't know.
Oh, that's a blessing. So how many have gone back so far?
I have no idea. I just know there's been a bunch of them.
Would that be like in the millions?
No, probably in the tens of thousands anyway. And and if a lot of them start doing it, more of them might just go, hey, okay.
Yeah, if that's the trend, if that's trending, then that's dope. Have you heard that, Chris?
No.
I watch all kinds of different crap, man. So if I try to get the whole thing, I said crap.
According to a new report from Axios, Trump allies are pre-screening the ideologies of thousands of potential Trump administration employees to expand Trump's power at every level of the U.S. government. And Trump is backing up these dangerous plans with violent rhetoric that should alarm anyone who cares about democracy.
That should alarm anyone who cares. These violent plans that should alarm anyone who cares about democracy. So why is he reading this script trying to instill fear into his audience, but he acts like, or they claim that Trump is doing the exact same thing? Wouldn't they be hypocrites?
Well, they are.
Well, yeah.
I just think it's funny listening to like that side of the news. It's like the same thing. It's like a speak and spell. It's like choose some words. Rhetoric. We're gonna use rhetoric today. Violence. Yeah.
They all
violence.
got the memo, man. They all get the memo
It's
every
the same
morning.
stuff. Trump today had a bagel, and there was a lot of violent rhetoric while he spread
Violent
that letter.
rhetoric.
It's like,
He said he's going to destroy everyone. They're going to track down everyone who voted for Biden, and they will kill them.
racism,
They're going
and
to kill the
whatever else
blacks
we forgot.
first.
The news eventually is just going to be all these, just only these words: racism, hatred, violence,
Haven't they kind of,
Vermin.
vermin.
but haven't they kind of killed that word? Really, the real meaning of racism.
People still use it though. It's like a comma for some people.
They they haven't killed it. It's not like the word never had any power. So if they killed it, I'm thankful that they did kill it. Hopefully they did kill it.
Maybe they did. I never thought of it like that. That sounds good, actually. But everything cannot, in fact, be racist. Not everything. Some of it's just prejudice, right?
Yeah, I think it's all prejudice, but they about to play this again with Trump saying as many dangerous things as possible.
We pledge to you that we will root out the communists, Marxists, fascists, and the radical left thugs that live like vermin within the confines of our country. The real threat is not from the radical right. The real threat is from the radical left.
Yeah.
That's true. Now, here's my question. If you can be like extremely objective, in the middle, centered, what would you say the extreme right has done negatively to this country? The extreme right.
Not voted.
Wouldn't that be all the never Trumpers?
No, those would be the ever
say that
Trumpers,
there's
the
been,
always
like,
Trumpers.
I'd probably say there's been like quite a bit of racist rhetoric from the super extreme far right. You know what I mean?
Like, hold up. He said that the far right people are racist. Please explain, Chris.
Well, I mean, you're talking. It's like saying extreme right's just putting everybody in one category. Like, there's a lot of different branches on that tree. You know what I mean? There's people that literally shave their head and think they're Nazis out there. I wouldn't say they're contributing much to society in that point.
Yeah, I agree 1,000%. But I wouldn't even call them far right. I would just call them far.
So you think there's an end of like both those spectrums where it just falls into that void category where
Yeah, it's like, because I know what you're talking about. The Constitution, everything, white royalty, white, the pure white race. But then when you look deep into that, those be liberals. Those be the liberals that was under them KKK sheets. So please explain to me again, because Trump clearly said that it's not the far right, it's the far left that's ruining the country. So I would like to hear more about that.
Growing every day, every single day. The threat from outside forces is far less sinister, dangerous, and grave than the threat from within. Our threat is from within.
The threat from outside forces are not as dangerous as our threats within. What do y'all think about that?
I think it's fair.
I think it's right.
I think it's spot on.
You know, when I was younger, I always heard things from adults about how like the generations are getting weaker, and they would always try to use examples. But like as I've gotten older, they at least had kind of similar things in common, is that language wasn't really that disputed. And the fact that we dispute simple things like basic language today being considering two different facts, it's weird. That's a dangerous thing, and that's come from within our country.
I like that, brother. You always seem to be like you're filled with wisdom, man. Here's the thing though, because when I ask you these questions, we are on MSNBC, right? And MSNBC keep on trying to use the exact same video to tell their viewers that this is why you should be afraid of Trump winning. The only way they can get them to the polls is to scare them to the polls.
That's how they did it the last time.
I'll be honest
and
with
by
you.
the way, when she said the twice impeached president, you know, he never was actually impeached either time.
He was only impeached by the House.
Only by the House, never made it through the Senate. So he was not officially impeached.
That's true. That's true.
So
But
she
they don't like
started
to
out
mention
that
that.
she started out that whole broadcast with a lie.
You're right, and you're absolutely correct, bro. But
No, I
this is what
didn't. I
they're
never
supposed to do. They have a job to do. When you work for the prosecution, you have to speak like that so that the
Oh, I know.
judge can rule in your favor. And right now, I think that conservatives need to play just as tough and just as dirty as they're playing. And if that does not happen,
Then we're in trouble.
another loss will be in the books.
When you listen to what he says in this particular address, he's telling the absolute truth.
They're right there.
It will be a mass deportation. And where he says that the problem is from within, you mentioned all of these people that got like $9,000. They got debit cards that are constantly being reloaded. They got cell phones so that they can be contacted immediately.
They gave them some Obama phones.
What they did was supply their army with equipment that they can be reached at a moment's notice.
Wow,
They're
Susie.
sleeper cells.
Susie.
Yes.
That right there, that was sharp.
Thank you.
My great, they are providing them with tools so that they can mount
Activate.
up when they call them. We
Yeah.
are ready for you to go to this
Immediately.
voting booth and do this.
Yes.
Well, obviously, this whole thing with the southern border is completely by design. I mean, they immediately stopped building the wall, and we're still paying the companies that were building the walls like $1 million a day to not build a wall.
Look like we got somebody else join the party. What's going on, Chad? See?
What's going on?
Not a mother effing thing, brother.
How's everybody doing today?
Hey, the gang's all here.
The gangs are here.
So yeah, it is Trump knows where these people are. And the Derek Johnson thing will explain things in a manner that people can understand it. Because there's a lot, and he says exactly what I've been saying all along, and I'm not going to repeat it because if y'all don't know who I think is in charge, then I haven't said it loud enough.
You said you believe that Barack Obama is in charge.
No. I said he thinks he's in charge. He thinks he's running the government.
Ew.
He's the puppet master. But
I can see that.
I've always said Trump's in control of the military and has been since he left office.
And he's screwing up, in my opinion.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
He's doing exactly what he's got to do.
I hope Trump ain't in charge of the military with some of the stuff I've heard.
Well, actually, what she's meaning is that, just let them hang themselves. Let them do what they're going to do, and then you have all this evidence that they've done it.
Optics are everything.
Yeah.
And as long as Trump is out there doing exactly what he's doing, making people think that he's just crazy or looking like he's got hurt feelings or whatever, and I'm just going to come out here and I'm going to beat all these charges, which he knows he will because he hasn't done anything wrong. And it's all
I don't think
optics.
I've ever really seen Trump look like he had hurt feelings, though.
But that's what they make it out to be. Oh, he's still crying because he lost the election and he can't admit
Well, they
it.
make it out to be like he's coming after revenge, is what they always try to make it out to be.
Oh, man, I've liked Trump back since, like, the 80s, man.
But the thing is, he's
I always liked him because he just says whatever the hell he thinks. I'm cool with that.
Well,
Can I
I
light
mean-
a cigarette, brother?
I'm sorry, I did.
No, that's why I'm asking, can I?
Yeah, he's grinning at something over there.
That's not what I mean.
vermin.
I turned it back on. He called y'all vermin. Vermin. They are vermin.
They are.
You think they're vermin?
I do. I don't even think they're human anymore myself.
The Democrats.
What about the basket of deplorables?
Oh,
I'll raise my hand and say, yeah, man, I'm one of those.
You know that there is a huge difference in democracy and the republic.
In which we stand.
Yeah.
one nation. There you go. I said one nation. There's your cue, Chris. Young Chris.
No, let's stick with the subject, though.
Young Chris.
So are you saying that that MSNBC and CNN have to defend the democracy and Fox and other networks have to defend the republic?
They don't have to.
the whole of the United States should be defending the republic?
I think all of them defend their ratings.
Exactly.
I care about this country and the people that live in it. The politicians, they've been screwing stuff up since day one of this country. They always have.
And again, Trump has made many comments about the corporation. In fact, flags that he flies are pointing out the corporation that is the United States.
Yes, Heather, we are a republic as well. So,
No, we are a republic
We are a
with
republic.
a democratic government.
well, Susie and Heather.
a government based on democracy, which means that we each have a say in how this is all done, which is what scares the left, because they're realizing people are waking up, people are gaining their voices, and people are saying, no, we don't agree with you. No, I'm sorry, you're not going to send tens of millions of our tax dollars over to study bees in another country. Not happening anymore.
Transparency would be a great solution to a lot of that. So,
and there's no way in hell we could all vote for every little thing they spend money on. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. And
you'd have to be voting every day.
Yeah, I think Bowl 30's got it actually right that we're a constitutional federal republic, or maybe is it federal or democratic republic?
We're supposed to be a constitutional republic, but we have not been since the takeover of the corporation in, what was it, 1772?
Something like that.
1778.
I think it was before that, but yeah.
It was
right
just
around
after
the Civil War.
So
we've had multiple government takeovers as far as back and forth on that. So
but meaning that the government actually became a corporation.
And again, I will say, if you're not aware, Washington D.C. is not sovereign territory.
But
it's not part of the United States.
I know we're going way off topic, but on that note, with
way off topic,
the government taking over, we were actually the military contractors were actually consolidated into a lot of big contractors after the New Deal, and we were surprised by World War II, and we needed to produce a whole bunch of military aircraft at once, or military stuff at once. So, sorry, yes, we're way off track. And Big Blue 42, you need to put more information on your YouTube page.
Do you, Van, think that he should load up planes and boats full of people and send them back where they come from?
If we're going to spend the money anyway, why not spend the money to send them back?
Okay,
exactly.
I agree.
But if we're going to send them back, what's preventing them from coming back over here if we don't have any borders up?
Well, I don't care. I don't care who comes here as long as they do it the correct way.
His Trump's promise has been, first thing in office, one is to stop the war in Israel, and the other one is to get that wall finished.
Okay. All right. Hopefully that happens.
I couldn't tell you.
To be 5.
3 or 5, I don't remember.
You said they're 5?
Mm-hmm.
3 or 5, I don't remember which.
It's 5.
Oh, Lord.
The streamer split for it, but yeah.
Historians have noted that Trump was parroting Adolf Hitler, with President Biden saying Trump's speech, quote, echoes language you heard in Germany in the 30s, and it isn't the first time.
Oh, my gracious.
Trump.
So you see what they're trying to do, man? They're going far out of their way to make sure every single reporter reports on the exact same story over and over and over. And it's like they're reading the exact same script almost.
Today,
and they're only just saying what Biden says. They're not, they're just saying Biden's echo or Biden says.
Biden says.
Today in the news, Trump has eaten au gratin potatoes, a favorite of Mussolini. What is he trying?
Exactly.
Is that actually what Mussolini used to eat?
I don't know. I'm just like...
it's funny, though, man. I mean, if Trump found the
just
cure...
like Mao. It's like, what?
Well, don't we do that with Xi Jinping when we comparing the California governor to Xi Jinping or Biden's love?
They got some weird similarities. I mean, I'd say, I don't get too off topic, but the prime minister and California also very seem like they're trying to emulate them. It's weird.
They said Mussolini ate spaghetti.
I don't know. I'm just making a point. It's like it's so stupid to point out one single word.
Why? Because he's Italian.
Oh yeah. Well, it says Mussolini was also Italian, so
is that why?
Yeah, that's where I got it from.
I guess. Oh, sorry, Van.
So, stop. So that means Van eats fried chicken, and watermelon, and
wow,
collard greens every night for dinner.
Damn right I do.
Well, I don't know how they do it up there in D.C., but that's kind of like that's kind of like a Southern staple. So I mean, I try to make that out to be racist, but that is like a Southern staple of fried chicken.
No, but check this out.
You can keep the collard greens.
But here's I love me some collard greens.
I'll take that too.
I don't like.
I love some collard greens. Ooh, with some hog maw in them.
Hog cabbage.
Some turkey necks.
Okay.
You don't like turkey necks, Chris?
No, I've eaten them.
Yeah, we eat the meat off of them in our giblet gravy.
Ooh. Y'all got me hungry now.
Trump campaign spokesman called the comparison, quote, a ridiculous assertion. But that spokesperson also said this about his critics. Their sad, miserable existence will be crushed when President Trump returns to the White House. So let there be no doubt. A second Trump presidency could spell the end of the American experiment, of democracy itself. And yet, a new NBC News poll out today shows Trump narrowly ahead of President Biden in a hypothetical general election matchup. Joining me now, Tim Miller, MSNBC political analyst, writer at large for The Bulwark.
Now, he did say one thing that I want to ask y'all about. He said Trump could destroy the democratic experiment.
That's been going on with the change of language, the destruction of the nuclear family. Like that's not a new thing. And saying that he's like the pinnacle of that, I highly don't think that's very accurate.
But there you go.
The experiment that he's talking about is from 1776.
What?
Because our government was an experiment. Nobody had ever done it before.
Oh yeah, I mean we are in.
Oh, so he's trying to destroy that what we fought for?
Yeah,
our independence. He's trying to destroy our independence.
Yeah, Trump would destroy our entire government and American way of thinking.
But that's been going, like I said, going on since the whole push for the nuclear family to be ended.
And who's Hitler now?
Yeah, who's Hitler now? Well, Trump is, of course, since they're saying, that's what their view is.
You're kind of like the head of the reason why I even went in this direction. A lot of us YouTubers point us in a direction of how to make better use of this platform.
Man, you just now made me smile when you brought up, being a father, focusing on what's real.
What brought me back, bro, was that everything that's right will be considered wrong in the end of the days. I'm like, yo, the book of Revelations is hitting right now. Let's join.
So I went and checked you out, and I was like, whoa, I've seen these before. This dude is doing Uber rap.
In the south that I live in, the liquor and pills are just way too appealing.
It was like, oh my gracious, what did it say? God dang it, I was in the car driving, saying this train over and over and over again, I promise you. So thank you, bro. I will have them looking at your channel.
You look very good for 44, my man.
All four of my kids graduated 4.0 or better. She held me down, and I said, one day, I'm going to take care of you.